Brother Clyde gave me this sign I wanted to show y'all to let y'all know that no one's above the law. And for the city council, for the mayor's office, and the city attorney's office to totally disregard this judge's decision the other day where she indicated that she made a 27 points pertaining to that matter, and it was a shame and a disgrace that the city of Bridgeport will use taxpayers' dollars to overturn a judge decision who basically did her job by honoring her oath as she's supposed to do as an American, as a judge. And it's a shame and a disgrace that if you as city council would allow the mayor to have him use city taxpayers' dollars to pay for an appeal. I would like to suggest to the city council here tonight that what they should consider telling the mayor to do if he wishes to want to appeal the decision of Mr. Vallas is that he pay for it out of his pocket. I would also like the city council members as well to likewise take a vote publicly as it relates to how do they feel about the judge's decision. It's a shame and a disgrace that we can totally in this day and age disregard the law. And that's why it's so important that I say to the judge, I take my hat off to the judge if I had a hat. And as a matter of fact, I started to bring her a dozen of roses. I also want you to think of the fact that I think you should also consider giving Ms. Carmen Lopez attorney fees for what she did to uncover the unethical tactics that's been used against city officials in the city of Bridgeport. Uncover, that's what she did by her taking this matter to court. I take this as a cover by showing that we as taxpayers should not be forced to have to pay for something that we shouldn't have to pay for. And for the mayor to use city tax dollars to so-called overturn a judge's decision is a shame and a disgrace. I just got my tax bill the other day, okay, and it's increased. And it's a shame and a disgrace, and I don't want my tax dollars being used, okay, to defend any kind of an appeal. If Mr. Vallas did not qualify to become superintendent of the city of Bridgeport, that means he should not be that until he does qualify. And I would hope to God that the signals that you are sending here today will remind him that everybody should have to go through that process if that's what it's going to take for him to teach our kids and to teach these teachers and to teach these principals what they need to know. When I was here a couple of weeks ago, Brother Clyde Nichols indicated that there were 24 schools that were failing. If that wasn't the truth, we need to make that be known. So far, it seems that the mayor is saying and staying in Mr. Vallas' corner, which I have nothing against Mr. Vallas. He's staying in his corner because he feels like he should be remained in that position as superintendent. And if he wants to do that, so be it. But I don't think he should be allowed to waste the taxpayers' dollars by doing what he's doing. And I would hope to God that my tax dollars will not be used for any appeal. Let the mayor use his money. Let them use the city attorney's money. Okay, because that is a disgrace and a shame that we can totally disregard the judge's decision. Now, I had a judge, too, likewise, that I went before for my unjust termination from the city of Bridgeport after 27 years of working with the city of Bridgeport. My job was terminated for no cause other than the fact that they lied on me, conspired on me, and I say to Mr. Wayner, Mr. Mike Coab, and all of the others that have been involved in this conspiracy, I hope that the feds will bring them to justice, because that was a disgrace that they did to me in terms of me being a city employee for the last 27 years and denying me my medical benefits as well. They knew that when they terminated me back in 2006, it was so-called for not coming to work, which I have given you overwhelming evidence to confirm that. To this day, I haven't heard anybody say anything. And that's why I'm saying as taxpayers, as council members, you were duly elected not to cover up crime. You were not elected to cover up unethical tactics that have been used by city officials. Haven't we had enough already with that road out there in Stratford? Haven't that been enough for you to see the importance of not going along with everything the mayor tried to get you to go along with just because? We as taxpayers can't afford to keep on paying taxes for unethical tactics by city officials and by appointed officials on the city level or state level. So I say to the city council, you should commend this judge, and you should reimburse Carmen Lopez for the money she spent for legal advice in terms of her being able to show that the judge's decision was made not by just what she said. It was made because Mr. Vallas did not qualify and should not have been allowed to stay in that position if he did not qualify. And I would hope to God that someone in this position of authority, all of you council members, will personally let it be known on behalf of the taxpayers how you feel about tax dollars being used to appeal that judge's decision. We shouldn't send that kind of signal. This is the 4th of July week. America, we all took an oath. I also want to give my condolences to the firemen who lost their life. okay, trying to contain a fire on behalf of the public. And I would likewise say to the city of Bridgeport and other officials, when you take an oath, you should live by that oath. And if you decide you want to disregard that, use your own tax dollars, not mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Young.
You're welcome.
Clyde Nicholson.